The way of the Master. Let us speak now about the way of the Master. First and foremost, the way of the Master is the way of peace. It is to choose to go within to the sacred place of peace which the world does not know, the peace that passes the understanding of the world. The world knows it not, but the way of the Master is the way of peace, abiding in stillness and asking for holy vision. How can I see this anew? What is truly happening? Not just what I see as appearances, but what is truly happening. How can I behold it from a place of divinity and know my place in it? The way of the Master is the way of the beholder. The way of the Master is to take the deep breath, the physical deep breath and also the spiritual deep breath, and to choose to behold without judgment. Not to have judgment to any of the outcome, because you cannot know, as you look upon the appearances, what is the highest and best outworking. But as you go within to the place of peace, the place of the Master within, you know you can trust. The way of the Master is the way of trust, to trust that that which I see is only part of what is happening, and to trust that all things work together for the awakening of the Holy Child. The awakening is truly what you have asked for, you individually and you as a collective. You have asked to come home again, to remember who you are, to remember truly how loved you are, to know that I am loved of the Father. I am His child. I am an extension of the divinity coming forth into this plane to live a human life in all of its treasure. Human life is a treasure. Sometimes it is a challenge as you look upon it, but it is a gift. You are the extension of the Father come forth into this plane to live His life in a reality that is somewhat an adventure and to find joy in that adventure. The way of the Master is the way of love. It is to be the beholder, and to look upon everything through the eyes of the Father. To look upon everything with love, not just human love, that takes you to a certain distance and it is good, but to go beyond that to the place of divine love. Now you know human love, and you work with it as a symbol of the divine love. When you fall in love with someone, you expand. Everything seems to take on more light. Everything in life seems to mean more. There is an exuberance, an exhilaration about life. You cannot wait to see the other one, to share with them what has been going on. You cannot wait to live, to be truly alive. Human love is but a part, a most wonderful clue of divine love. Fall in love every day, please. Look in your mirror and fall in love with the one you see there. Have a most wonderful relationship for the one in the mirror. Begin to appreciate what you have brought forth as the creativity upon this plane. Come truly alive with it. Feel the vibration of life itself. See how wonderful it is to be alive and how you have chosen to express in His lifetime. The way of the Master is the way of beholding the Christ. It is the way of appreciating the beauty, the radiance of the Father's only child, the Holy Child, the child of love. You are a loved child brought forth in love. The way of the Master appreciates beauty. The way of the Master knows that life itself is a beautiful gift. Never think that you have small meaning or that your life has small meaning. You have chosen out of great courage to be here upon this plane, for this is not the easiest reality. This is a reality which is based upon the belief in duality, the belief that there could be other than perfection, beauty, harmony, good. It believes that there could be separation from your divinity. You, as the adventure which you are, have said, I will go, send me, Father. I will go one more time into that reality. I will assume the cloak of forgetfulness. I will say that I will walk the dream, and still, there will be a part of me which remembers deep within me a calling to come home. You have felt that calling, a deep homesickness, a longing, a wanting to go home, wanting to be held again in the arms of love, true love, not conditional love. Some of you have made trek to your early childhood home thinking, if I go home again, it will be there for me. But you have gone to the early childhood home, and it is not the same. And you do not find home, for you will not find home in the outer. It is only found in the inner. It is within you, and you carry it with you. Even the remembrance of the child at home is within you, and you carry it with you. The way of the Master recognizes the home within and comes from the place of home, the space of peace and completeness, lacking for nothing. The way of the Master is one of creativity, one which looks upon whatever is happening and asks, what can I understand about this that is outside the box, outside of the usual way of understanding? The way of the Master is the way that looks upon things with new perception. The way of the Master is the way that is willing to contemplate new ideas, new realities, new dimensions, to play with new possibilities even while walking within the old possibilities, probabilities, and realities. I see you do this throughout your day. You do what is expected of you within what you have agreed to do, the reality you have agreed to. But part of you is somewhere else. Part of you is dreaming a most wonderful real dream, not the dream of forgetfulness, but the dream that is unlimited, the dream that plays with what if? What if all of the limitations were taken off? What if I could live with the physical body in its prime for as long as I wanted to? What if I had all the golden coins to do whatever I wanted to? What if an idea comes to me and I really could see it made manifest? What if I really could multiply the loaves and the fishes? And you can and do. You do not need another with perhaps a bit more magic to multiply the fishes. I do not have more magic than you do. Whatever you truly desire cannot be kept from you. It takes only your willingness to accept it. That is the way of the Master. To believe, to know, to trust, and to go forward, to come truly alive. To live in peace as the beholder. To think outside of the box. To imbue everything you do with the divine energy of life, truly lived, and to live in the joy which that courage brings you, to come to a place of knowing. I am my Father's child. I am divine even as I live a human life. This was the realization I came to which was so life-changing. I and the Father are one. You are. You and the Father are one. Otherwise you would not be. You would not be life. You would not be living life. You would not have consciousness if you were not an extension of the Father. When you realize that you are an extension of the Father, you come to a place of true joy. For you know that truly, in that moment you are free, that your soul is free, and that you do the work of the soul freely and joyously, and nothing else need be done except to take the deep breath and to abide in peace. I and the Father are one. Know you how that changes your perspective of life itself. Know you what a sense of power it brings to you. Not power the way the world understands power, but power in the true sense of divinity that can never be threatened. It can never be at the mercy of the world, never at the mercy of time or others' decisions. I and the Father are one. You begin to realize then, if I am here living this lifetime, and I am one with the Father, and I am all-powerful, then I must have chosen to be here, because there is not a power outside of me that could or did send me here. In other words, you are not as some of the belief systems hold, that you have been relegated to a star system far, far out on the edge of the universe and forgotten somewhere. You have not been sent here to do penance for whatever. You are not here to work out your karma. You choose everything with free choice because you wanted to know what it would feel like to experience it, and you wanted to come home even through that experience. When you realize that you chose to be here, then you begin to ask, as the Master does in humbleness and humility, not as the world understands humility, but in true humility. What am I here for? Why did I choose to be here? To love, to serve, and to remember, individually and collectively. For if one of you catches the vision that I and the Father are one, it spreads to all of the collective consciousness as a yeast within the bread. Everything rises up. That is why you are here. You have chosen to live the life that seems to be not the Master, and yet it takes a Master to choose to live the life that would deny its mastery. It takes a Master to choose to live a life that would appear not to be of mastery. Contemplate that when you put the head upon the pillow in the evening. Now, having said that it takes a Master to live a life which would seem to be not of mastery, many of you take that to the next step into the conclusion, I must be a Master, because my life does not look like it is being lived as a Master. Smile. Each one of you is a Master who has chosen one more time to live a life temporarily in the cloak of forgetfulness, to serve the brothers and sisters who are a bit deeper into the dream of forgetfulness, and to be as the yeast in the bread, to allow the rising up of the collective. I and the Father are one. That is the way of the Master. So be it.